everybody. I hope y'all are having a great day today. And if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this here recipe. When's the last time you had some red beans and rice? It's about time you get in that kitchen and make it Gina Young style. This recipe is super simple to make. Everyone's gonna love it. From the kids to grandma, Uncle Bobo, whoever you make it for, they're gonna go wild over it. Here's what you're gonna need. You will need some kidney beans. Now I have 4 cans and I like to use the light colored kidney beans. You can get the dark red ones if you want, but this is the kind that I like. So you're gonna need 4 cans, and I left that brine inside of this can in 3 of them. And this one here, you can see that I've discarded the brine. Okay, what that brine will do is it's gonna thicken up the red beans and rice just perfectly, okay? You're gonna need some tomato sauce. Get you the cheapo kind, absolutely, because we're gonna flavor it, all right? And you're gonna need some chopped or diced tomatoes with the liquid, okay? You're gonna need some type of broth. It doesn't have to be a chicken broth. You could use water as well, okay? So if you just don't have broth or you don't have a bouillon cube to make broth, just use water. And we're gonna serve our beans with rice, of course. This is the kind of rice that I'll be using. It's a quick and simple rice that turns out perfect every time. You're gonna need a green bell pepper, a nice sweet Vidalia onion. We'll be serving it with cornbread, of course, and I got a couple spices that you're gonna need. We're going to use a pinch or 2 of sugar to kind of cut the acidity within the tomatoes, okay? We have salt, we got pepper. Cajun seasoning is super important for this recipe. Garlic and onion powder. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make red beans and rice. The first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and get started slicing up some bacon. I'm using about a ½ pound, and I want to cut it into just bite-sized pieces. We're going to put it into this frying pan. We want to get it nice, crispy, golden brown and crunchy, and this is going to give our red beans and rice some amazing flavor. We are going to use the grease that comes from the bacon, of course, but if your bacon lets off too much grease, discard of some of it. So now that we have our bacon cooking up, let's go ahead and take this time to chop up some beautiful sweet Vidalia onion and some bell peppers. Not only is it going to bring a great color to your recipe, but it's going to bring good nutrients and a great taste. I'm going to use all of this onion because I want that flavor. Okay, so let's chop it up. If you guys heard some growling in the last clip, that's my dog. When I was cutting the bacon, he got a little excited, and you can hear him growling in the video, so just laugh with me. All right, here we go with this onion. Now, the onion and bell pepper, it's not going to go in with the bacon right now, but when this bacon is like 90% of the way nice and crunchy, that's when we'll add our bell peppers and onions and get them pre-cooked a little bit. Perfect. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with that bell pepper. And honestly, you can use whatever color bell pepper you want to use. Typically around my house, I have the green one because it's the cheapest one. The other ones, they kind of charge you an arm and a leg just because they're beautiful. So I always have the green pepper. It's going to bring great color. Oh yeah. Larger stove, I have this pan of boiling water. I've salted the water. I put this boil in the bag rice into the water, boil it for 11 minutes. It turns out fluffy, perfect. So we got our bacon going. It's finally beginning to perfume the whole house. We love the smell of bacon, right? It's almost golden brown, but we're not there yet. When we get there, we'll put the bell peppers and onions in. We have the rice going, so why don't we go ahead and take this time to make up some Jiffy cornbread. Yes, you can make homemade if you want. Use my recipe, but I'm doing Jiffy because it's quick and it's simple. It's never let me down, right? I know, it's so good. And here's what I'm going to do. Excuse me, I'm going to shred up some Colby Jack cheese. I'm going to put it in here, and it is chef's kiss. When you're making cornbread, put whatever you want in there. Put just some fried bacon in there, some jalapenos, some cheese, onions, little corn pieces. I'm talking about really good. And I did put some sugar in my bowl that you all didn't see, but trust me, there's sugar in there. Because when I have cornbread, it must be a little sweet, not too sweet, but I want that sweetness to shine through in my cornbread. I want to know from you all, do you like a savory cornbread where there's no sweetness? Or are you like me and my family where we like a little bit of sweetness in ours? In my pan here, I'm using an oven-proof frying pan. I have greased it. I'm going to put it into the oven, 350 degrees until this cornbread is perfectly done. When it comes out, I'm slathering it with the butter. Bacon is looking gorgeous. I did pour out some of the oil from the bacon because you don't want too much oil, right? But you do want some. I'm going to go ahead, since that bacon is 95% of the way cooked, put the bell peppers and onions in there so they can begin to saute up. Just like this. It's not going to take long for them to saute. I say about 7 minutes or so. And bacon grease just got me real good. It got me on my arm, on my neck, and my face. Just popped me, and sometimes that happens when you're cooking, right? Absolutely. Expect to see some makeup on it. Maybe for the next month or so, because that's how my skin does. If I get anything, a little burn or something, I get a dark mark. And I just, you know, because I'm on camera, I put makeup on it. I do. Yes, I do. So I'm hoping it's not too bad, but it got me real good when we press pause. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Look at this. Cheese going right in. I want a little bit more because I really want that cheese to be prevalent in this cornbread today. Oh, this is perfect. One thing, that bacon and onions, it smells glorious right now. Absolutely it does. Let's go ahead, get this beautiful cornbread mixture right into our oven on 350 degrees. I'll typically cook it for about 20 to 25 minutes. All right, just like so. How easy is this coming together? A lot of times people steer away from recipes like this because they think they're going to be in the kitchen all day or it takes forever. It doesn't, and today I'm going to prove it to you. All right, so now our bell peppers and our onions have begun to soften. The onions are clear in color, and that's what we're looking for. The whole house smells amazing. We're going to put this 15 ounce of diced tomatoes or chopped tomatoes with the sauce that's in here right in, right? We're going to put 29 ounces of tomato sauce, your favorite tomato sauce. Really, it can be the cheapest kind you can find because we're going to season it and make it taste good, right? I have 4 cans of the red kidney beans. I like to use the light ones. This can has been drained. Let's go ahead and get that one in. And these cans have not been drained. That lovely thick brine is what I love to use. It has great taste, right? And it's going to thicken the recipe like I want it to. This has not been drained. And we're going to put our 4th can in. We're going to give it a stir. And when I come back, we're seasoning it to perfection. Oh my goodness, yes. Kind of switching some things up. Here's what I noticed, and I noticed this today. You're not going to need no chicken broth. You're not going to need any broth, so just discard of that. You don't erase your mind from the broth. We're not using broth today. This is perfect enough. We're going to go ahead and season this. Now, I'm that person that's always going to put some sugar in my tomato sauce. If it has tomato sauce, I do like my daddy said when I was younger, put just some sugar in there to kind of balance out the acidity of the tomato. It's never enough to make it sweet. Just trust me on that. I'm using some Cajun seasoning because if you're having red beans and rice, you want a little bit of spice. Not enough to knock anybody's socks off, but enough that you can taste in the back of the palate. So that was the Cajun. This is the onion powder. Let's go in with our garlic powder. On purpose, we're using a nice amount. I'm going to put some black pepper, not too much. Okay, and then some salt. If you can't use the salt, completely leave it out. And now we let this simmer. Keep an eye on the cornbread that's in the oven. Although we're pretty much done with this, it's so important that you let this right here simmer. Let it simmer for at least 40 minutes because I feel like it reduces down a bit. It gets a little bit thicker. The flavors can kind of meld together. I don't know if meld, what's the word? Find that word for me, marry together. But let it, and really you need for these beans to get soft. I know that they're not the dried beans. They are canned and they're soft, but they are a bit harder. Versus the longer you cook them, they can get nice and tender, and that's what we're looking for. So I would say 40 minutes at top, but usually I go over 40 minutes. Just on low. Get those beans nice and soft, okay? Super important. Hoping you all can see in this pan. Look at these beans. That's what they're going to look like. They're beginning to thicken up. The beans are getting soft. The rice is perfect. It's fluffy. I put about 3 tablespoons of butter in it, and it's seasoned to perfection just because we put that salt in the water when we was, cooking the rice. Let's go ahead and butter this cornbread down. Don't be afraid about how much you put on there. Look at that. How beautiful is that? And I have cheese inside of here. Oh my goodness. There we go. Yes. Thing is done. I'm so excited. The whole house smells amazing. You're gonna love this recipe. Go ahead and watch me plate this up. Okay, so let's get the cornbread out of the way. It's still nice and warm. And you're gonna, if you have a ramekin or even a measuring cup, we're gonna do something special with the rice, because I like to pack it in and set that rice right on top. I'm getting ready to show you, so no worries. Watch this. So we're gonna take us some rice, and we're gonna just pack it in just like that and leave it there just for now, okay? Lovely. And now we're gonna put our desired amount of this beautiful, I'm gonna put it in a bowl. Let me change my plate. Go ahead and put our beans right into this. This is a perfect bowl, right? Because it's a little too saucy for a plate. So if you're trying to present it in a gorgeous way, put it in a nice bowl for whoever you're feeding. Right? Look at this, watch. Oh my goodness, that crunchy bacon in there. So now we got our beans, and then you take the rice that you've packed down in your ramekin, or maybe you have a small cup. Watch this. Ha! How gorgeous is that? I'm gonna find me some parsley flakes, put it on top, and we're gonna try this. You wanna taste red beans and rice, Gina Young style. If you're anything like me, once you get it on your table, you're gonna mix that rice right into the beans. Let's taste. This right here, that's how you make red beans and rice.